the big fireball. More fire. More fire.
Yes, cunt lords and motherfuckers. This is Sam Spanner from the United Forever podcast, and I'm with my legendary cousin.
Adam Shagster, how are you?
I'm all right. I got the old fucking shingles, didn't I? And I believe you got the lurgy again after the Rona. Is that right?
Yeah, just a standard chest infection, so coughing up chunks of lung is all good.
Fuck me. What about PVA glue, mate? Any of that stuff?
The main, but the main question is this: did you get shingles on the arsehole?
No, mate, I didn't get it on the Chad either. So I sent the screenshot of the Chad to my colleagues, the Spanish ones, because I'm obviously teaching them some shit from the Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like the space between the bottom of the scrot and the bum hole. So I was fortunate enough to not get the fucking shingles around there. But I tell you what, I honestly feel like someone has stabbed me, and like between my bottom ribs, and it's gone through my back. But no, I'm getting better, which is important, mate. Nasty shit though.
That's it.
But
exactly.
Do you know what my theory is, right? I blame United.
So do I.
All this fucking stress they've been giving us, mate.
Yeah.
But you got to have a laugh.
Put the old immune system down.
Yeah, fucking hell. They do say that the old stress, fucks up the immune system. But anyway, we're both getting back to full health, which is important. And I was going to do a little channel recap. So if we've got any new listeners, just to say that we're two inbred cousins with family ties to a little village called Rowhedge. You still live there? I live 2,000 miles away down in Spain. And basically you're like a postman Pat. You deliver drugs, and I'm joking. Parcels. and I teach. God knows how, but I do teach. Shit from the Urban Dictionary, mate. It's all about the Chads. So, mate, a bit of banter, right? So, obviously, when we spoke about Grandad in the last episode having a bit of a scare, he passed out and broke his wrist and stuff. Well, he was nursed back to more or less full health up with my parents. And Grandad reckons that my dad's literally going fucking round the bend. I was like, why is that? What's he doing now? He said that he's only going walking the dog wearing my mum's fucking trousers, isn't he?
Oh, bloody hell.
The fucking PVA, mate. It's extreme. I don't know what's wrong with our parents. They're fucked up, mate.
That's it.
I mean, there's your dad selling all his fucking hoard of instruments. Is he going to live in a tiny house next?
Well, potentially, mate. Potentially, but it's all changed at this end.
Do you know? I'll tell you something, right? One of the weirdest things happened a few nights back. I woke up laughing to the point where I cried with fucking laughter. I was dreaming about the fucking wet sand, mate.
That's what it's about, the wet sand.
So just to update the listeners, one of my colleague, Davey Boy G, who didn't get on well with Ancelotti in his first stint at Real Madrid, is a sports scientist, and he's helping you get back on track, with nutrition and fitness and stuff. So I believe that he's whacked in shitloads of fibre in your diet.
Yes, very much so.
Some severe consequences downstairs.
Yes. Yeah, no, it did. I'm kind of over the blip now, but it occasionally can spring a surprise or two.
Oh, fuck me, mate. No, I can't tell you how how much I laughed. It was just stupid. My wife was like, "What the fuck's wrong with you? Having a seizure?" I was like, "No, I just can't stop laughing." Oh dear, mate. Yeah, right. This was a good week ago. I was having a funny interaction with old Santa Notch
Right.
on one of the paddock shows, and
Yeah.
the paddock, went down a rabbit hole and randomly started talking about garlic.
Right.
And Notch happened to mention something very interesting. He said that down in Soho, there's a restaurant
Right.
that is literally garlic mad. They whack garlic in every dish, including the desserts. And I thought, mate, they would give you the gets, mate. The fucking garlic sweats.
Oh, nasty. Nothing worse.
I know, mate. Oh, brilliant. No, but I mean, I don't mind a bit of garlic, but garlic bread.
Garlic bread.
But
Yeah.
mate, how funny is Grandad because Grandad's like extremely sensitive when it comes to garlic.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but because around your house, when you're sauteing the veg and stuff, if he'd pop by,
Yeah.
there'd be a bit of garlic being sauteed in the pan. He'd have to leave the house because he'd start gagging.
Oh yeah. No, he has a weird relationship with garlic. But quickly talking about garlic, I remember back in the day, our legend of our channel, David R. He decided to make some homemade garlic mushrooms, and
Okay.
he overdone it, and it took nearly 10 days for the garlic smell to get off his breath. I don't know what he done.
Oh fuck me! Oh dear, mate. Dave was a sweaty bloke as well. He was at one point on par with you, and I think
Yeah.
he needed the old injections in his armpits to put the old sweating at bay.
But yeah, no, it's crazy. But yeah, it took him nearly 10 days to get the smell off his breath. I was just like, mate, what did you use? Garlic gas.
Oh, brilliant, mate. Oh, but in true tradition, we show gratitude to our random listeners. So, got a few shout outs. So, in the last episode, we tried to take the piss out of the Liverpool past and present players with ammunition puns.
Yes.
So, old mate boy Rich Sutherland said for Stephen On show, we've got Stephen Headshot. And we got, oh fuck me, and then United Steve 79 when for what was the old oh fuck me, forgot his name, the one who went off to Southampton on loan. They got him from Red Bull Salzburg. Anyway, the pun he came up with was instead of landmine, land Mino. And we've got from the big red bus, we've got Garrot Robbers. So that was very good. But mate, Garrot, that's some kind of, was it like a fishing line or something? And you strangle someone with it.
Yeah, I believe so.
I don't know if you remember when when Arthur, fucking Shalom Arthur, in the Peaky Blinders, he got garroted, didn't he?
Yes.
During the boxing match. It was pretty savage.
Yeah.
And anyway, we've got the one and only, the Santa Notch. He goes, Bruce Grobble Arsenal. We've got Assault and Phil Babbery. We got Yossi Benayuzi 9mm. And he's wishing Adam Shags to get back to full health, so that was very nice, mate.
Yeah,
and I don't know what the fuck's happened to you, but you're being blocked from our channel on YouTube.
Apparently,
I don't know how.
I can't reply to anything.
Oh, mate, it's that YouTube is fucked up. You know, all these weird algorithms and shit. We're getting.
Yeah,
I think because we make YouTube's algorithms bleed. they're doing weird shit to piss us off. But at the end of the day, we're here to have a laugh, and this is a hobby for us.
Yeah.
We're both family men, and work our asses off as well midweek.
Yeah.
So, well, you at
That's
the
it, mate.
weekends as well, because for the Christmas period, you're going to be delivering more, emptying your sack more than fucking Santa does. He only does it once a year.
This is it, mate.
Oh dear. All right, punnage, mate. Punnage pie. We got for this
Go for
week railway puns for the Spurs players with a slight Thomas
Right.
the Tank Engine inspiration.
Go for it.
Now, in fact, you were the inspiration because now Shagham's off the takeaways. You're on the Hornby. Is that right, mate?
Yeah, pretty much. Doing my full virgin mode. Yeah. So it's all about the
Oh,
model
good
railway. Yeah, get on that.
Yeah.
Build up the collection.
No, it's good, mate. You're spending your money on stuff that's better for your body, as long as you don't stick the train tracks up your asshole.
Or put your nutsack on it while it's electrified.
Fucking Uncle Fester, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, Uncle Fetish.
Yes.
All right, we got some puns, mate. For Harry Kane, we got a Harry Train.
Standard.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, you don't have any puns prepared, do you?
No, I haven't. Just because this week's just been mental.
Yeah, no, I'll forgive you on that because obviously, it's Christmas delivery season, and you've been up your earballs earlobes and eyeballs, shingles on fucking antibiotics. So I'll let you off. For what was the name that bloke? It was a French one, left back, Asu Okotu, and he scored that fucking absolute belter from 40 yards out. Oh, we've got Asu a choo choo. And
Nice.
for the Welsh bloke, instead of Ben Davis, we've got Ben Mavis. Now, mate, obviously, Thomas the Tank Engine's still big and everything, and you've got a little girl that probably watches it from time to time. But Mavis, right?
Yeah.
She was one of the carriages. Was that right?
Right. Yes. Yes, I believe
Was
so.
Mavis?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
All right, and then we got for Harry Winks, we got Harold the Helicopter Winks.
I wonder if he can helicopter.
And, oh mate, you got to do a helicopter on the night out when you're on the fucking lash, mate. All right, we got for Pierre Emile Heugerberg, we've got Pierre Emile Isle of Soderberg. Isn't Thomas the Tank Engine based on like a random fictional island, like between the Isle of Man and England or something?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not 100% sure on that, but let's run with it. But I think you're near enough there.
Yeah, because I did read once the whole fucking Thomas the Tank Engine collection, the original one by some random reverend to my boy.
Yeah.
Boring as fuck. And he loved it. And he wanted the story every night from the book. And I was like, oh, fucking hell.
Nice.
There's over like bloody 200 something pages in it. So it was quite a torture. But anyway, mate. Yeah. They're really, really shit. The modern ones are much better. But anyway, we've got the my final pun, right? When it is very relevant when you think about how fucked up the train service is in the UK. We got Jurgen Klinsmann. That fucking train's late again.
Oh, standard.
Oh dear, oh dear. So, all right,
Brilliant.
a little lowdown. Obviously, on the paddock, they deservedly slated Pogba or Playmobil Pogba and fucking Slapstick.
Yeah,
And there was a debate that came out yesterday. You know, where they were talking. It was Jane and fuck me, who was it? Oh mate, who was on the debate? Joe Smith. It
I haven't
was,
seen it.
and they were talking about whether
Was
they
it
should renew
Jay and Joe?
Pogba's contracts or not.
Yeah,
Yeah, mate. So I don't think they. It's suicidal, really, in my
yeah,
opinion. But you mentioned the other day about Keane and that brilliant sort of thing that he said about Slapstick's goal celebration for England, and
yeah,
you were sort of having a bit of a mental wank about whether we should bring him back or not.
yeah. This is it. I just think to myself, does Ollie need someone like Keane in his dugout? Because Keane wouldn't take any shit from anybody, so he could be the disciplinarian,
Exactly.
and Ollie
Yeah.
could be like the man management, so he could pick up the players after they've had the shit kicked out of them and wipe the tears away and try and locate their bollocks from their ass that Keane shoved up there, sort of thing. I think the play.
Time for
The
a bit
play-
of cupping.
The players need a bit of scaring. Do you know what I mean? They need to, just basically someone to scare them. I think it was even Keane that came out and said the other day, I can't remember what player it was about now. I think it might have been Fred. He said, I would have had him up against the wall in the changing room with how shit he was playing. And you can't argue against everything Keane's saying, if I'm honest. Now,
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
I know he
I
did
don't know
have
the answer.
Fergie. There is beef between him and Fergie. The
Yeah.
beef between him and Fergie will obviously hinder that chance of him coming back. But we do need some kind of nut a figurehead, because the only fear factor I see at the minute is the fear of bloody some of the players' tantrums. I mean,
Yeah,
whether Bruno's tantrums had a positive effect, but when you take it to the next level and you're talking about the GOAT, fucking CR7, some people really think, oh, fuck, they are scared about him having a tantrum on the pitch and running down the tunnel and stuff.
yeah,
Because they don't want to be seen as a failure. And I think that added weight of having Cristiano in the teams really made things difficult. But they've got to deal with it, because Ollie had verbally said that, he was his dream signing. So they've got to deal with it, and I've got to deal with it. And I'm going to be a bit sentimental now, but when he left, right, for Real Madrid back in the day, I was like proper, like kind of depressed at the time. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, fuck a doodle do. What is happening? So you're literally leaving the best manager in the world, Fergie, who's like shown you nothing but benevolence and like guidance and everything, and made you sort of Ballon d'Or winner. And then you want to go somewhere else to be, have a bigger brand and stuff, which he achieved. But at the end of the day, he fell out with the Real Madrid fans, went to Juventus. And, he got criticised, but he's achieved a lot, but he didn't win the Champions League, and he came back, and I just feel like he's like his superior ex-girlfriend that dumped her, and now he's been with maybe better-looking people, and he's come back.
Yeah.
I'm sort of sceptical about that.
You do have a point. I think my counter argument to that is what you're saying about people are worried about him throwing his toys out the pram and having a tantrum. That shouldn't get to that point, because that then shows me that people aren't pulling their weight. Whatever way you look at it, is the standard of team now compared to when he first left is a million miles apart. And I think that has come as a bit of a culture shock to to him, and I think I touched on that on another episode. That
Yeah,
is
you did,
not
mate.
the team that it's not the team he left, and standards have dropped. But he needs to try and drag everybody to a higher plane.
Yeah, but
I
I'll
don't
say
know.
something that I do miss the bromance between the Triple M, the Marcus, the Marshall, and Mason. Because when they
Yeah, but
scored, like God knows how many goals amongst themselves as a
yeah,
team, that was fucking sick. The football was great, but
yeah,
there've been injury problems. I mean,
yeah,
Marshall got himself pucked up. Was what this time last year, wasn't it? When he
yeah,
was out for ages and he couldn't come back really to full fitness, and then Marcus played through injury and did really well statistically, but he did
yeah,
admit that he wasn't playing to his full strengths, which was quite sad, really.
yeah.
And I'm still like struggling to see how Ronaldo's going to benefit this team. But
I think he
that's one of
hasn't
my
got
biggest
the.
debates at the minute. But
I think with Ronaldo, the problem that he hasn't got anyone feeding him at the moment,
yeah,
and that is he
I
needs
know.
to be
Well,
fed.
he's
Otherwise,
got Bruno,
But then Bruno hasn't been on form, has he? So it's sort of a.
but he's still got a stupid
Sort of
amount of assists, this season.
Oh yeah, yeah. Don't get me wrong.
He's
Don't get me
scoring
wrong.
less, but
Yeah, but I think you know, touching on just the team as a whole, you know, again
yeah,
after the City game, I downloaded the data analysis, um,
great
and
stuff.
to be
So hold on,
honest,
let me just say
yeah,
this. Listeners, brace yourself. Here comes Statman Shaggham to give us some reality after the Spurs false dawn. So hit
yeah.
us with some stats, mate.
Well, to be honest with you, the stats were a lot better in our favour than the Liverpool game.
Yeah,
There was definitely some improvement on the Liverpool game. However, Man City were a different kettle of fish. They basically we were the wounded animal, and they were just
yeah,
playing with us. Um,
yeah.
for example, let's pull out shots. They had 13, we had 5.
That's right.
And only one of those was on target for us. So
Yeah,
that was shocking. Passes into the final third, none of our team made the top 5. That was all City. Recoveries in opposition
yeah,
half, again, none of our team made the top 5. However, aerial duels, John Stones was way up there, but then the next 3 players were United with Cristiano, Lindelof, and Maguire.
yeah,
So that was kind of, nice to see in that respect. But, shots inside the box, Man City had 10. We had 3.
yeah.
Corners, City had
No,
9.
it's
We
shite,
had
mate.
1. We had 1 corner the whole game. Positional
Yeah,
attacks, City 34, United 17. Recoveries of transition. This is quite a big one. City had 75 recoveries in transition. United had 54.
fuck me.
Recoveries in opponent at half. City had 42. United had 13. So again, we weren't pressing. Losses in own half. City only lost the ball 22 times in their half. We lost ours 49 times. So that is a massive difference. So we were sloppy on the ball. Were we taking too many touches? Were we not passing into space? Stuff like that. That opens so many questions.
Yeah,
Offensive duels. City had 74. We only had 44. However, the percentage of offensive duels won, we come in at 45.5% compared to City's 37.8. So we won more percentage of the offensive duels, even though we were like near enough created 30 less offensive duels than they did. Possession
yeah, no.
throughout the game was
I mean,
go on, continue.
no, I was going to say that basically this kind of stuff is shitting us up a little bit. I mean, you've got, apart from managerial questions, you've got like a thought in your back of your head. Are we capable of maybe accommodating the new signings, Ronaldo and Sancho in the same lineup instead of playing this 5-3-2 or something?
Mm.
Is that going to help us to beat Watford against Ranieri?
I think the way we're going to beat Watford,
Leicester playing on the counter attack.
the way we're going to beat Watford, you're going to be like, Adam, you lost your fucking mind. We need to play 3 at the back, and then everyone else in midfield and up front. That's what we need to. That's what I think we need to do.
But all right, three at the back. But when you say 3 at the back, how many in midfield? How many up front?
Right, hang on. So,
like a 3-5-2 or 3-4-3?
hang on, I'm trying to count on my fingers here. I'd say a 3-5-1.
3-5-1. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would play in the defence. Personally, I would play.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Phil Jones.
I've lost my brain. Shit. Hang on. I just had it then. Fuck.
Antibiotics.
That's it.
It's rolling on the floor. Pick it up. Use a teaspoon.
I would play by Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka in the back 3, and on the wings I'd have Luke Shaw on the left and Sancho on the right.
Okay.
And then I'd have in the middle.
How would you?
In the middle, I would play McTominay, Bruno, and then Van der Beek. But Bruno would move forward as a false 9, and then then I'd have Ronaldo up front. That's what I would do personally.
Okay. Sweet.
But going back to the stats again,
I'd go 4-3-3.
Yeah, potentially could work. But possession.
But I'll say.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. No, give me the possession, mate, and then I'll give you the formation.
Yeah. Okay. Possession was shit. Between the minutes of 61st and the 75th minute, City had 91% possession. So for nearly 15 minutes, they had near enough. We touched the ball 9% of the time, and the rest of the game wasn't much better. In the passing, they did just shy of 800 passes, and we did 370. And they were that number for City could have been well over 1,000 passes, but I think they felt sorry for us.
Fucking piggy in the middle.
It was, mate. It was.
Yeah. It's pretty extreme.
Forward passing, they had 196 forward passes. We made 107. Back passes, they had 152 to our 53. So that to me shows that we have no. The midfield are scared about passing the ball back to the defence.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
passes up
at the minute.
Yeah, passes upfield. City 354 to our 131. Long passes, 52 for City, 24 for United. So again, they were playing a more direct game. Passes into the final third, 96 City, 36 United. It's just, and it goes on like quick last stat really. Attempted passes, right? I'll do like for like. So Wan-Bissaka 35, Luke Shaw 40, Bruno 35, Fred 43. And then you've got in City, so like for like, you've got Cancelo 110, Kyle Walker 112,
yeah,
Bernardo Silva 69, Gundogan 60.
What would you call him?
Say that again. Gundogan, sorry.
What did you call the last player? Alighieri.
And then Rodri And,
Gunderman, isn't it?
that's what I said, Gunderman, wasn't
Alright, done it. Sounded a bit more like Axel Jim Duggan.
it? And then Rodri had 103 attempted passes. So, like, their wing backs, for example, with Cancelo and Walker, 110 and 112 compared to Wan-Bissaka, 35 and Luke Shaw, 40. So, it was just, and it was just piss poor, really. Like, the perfect example of Fred's game in his defensive duels. He made 11 duels, 2 of which he won, 8 he lost, and then the other one was what they call a neutral duel. So nobody actually.
Yeah.
So he was just shit, if I'm honest. I'm not going to actually.
I know, mate.
I'm not going to polish a curd. The whole team was shit. It was shit.
Got to make it shine. Talking about turd, right? I did find it funny, right? I was listening to Webby and O'Neill, that are mates of Paddock.
Yeah.
And they're sort of linked to the Red Army, the original one and stuff.
Yeah.
And they have got beef with Gold Turd.
Nice.
With Goldbridge, and I thought that was quite amusing. So they've sort of ridiculed him a bit. But basically, all the fan channels are Ollie out.
Yeah.
Some of them are doing it in an aggressive, horrible way. Other ones are trying to do it in a realistic way. However, I am still optimistic, mate. I can still see Ollie winning silverware, so I can see him beating Watford. But I don't know about you, mate. You tell me before we wrap things up.
My heart says yes, but my brain says no. He's lost.
Okay.
He's crossed the line. He's far too far away from the line now to be able to draw it back. I think, unfortunately, too much has passed under the bridge, and too much shit is happening backstage again. Woodworm's staying, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
So that to me says one thing and one thing only. If he doesn't get the W against Watford, he's out the door, and then Woodworm's going to be fucking having a wank in his office trying to get another manager in on an interim basis.
Probably, mate. Okay. Right. Should we wrap things up then?
Yeah. Well, just, I don't want to see Ollie lose his job, but I honestly can't see a way out for him, because the amount of goals we've conceded the last 3 or 4 games is ridiculous. The whole fluidity of the team is shit. I don't want to depress it too much. And at the moment, I just don't think him and his backroom staff have got any answers to it, which is a very, very disappointing to see. But other than that, it's really over and out from me on that.
Sweet, mate. Well, all I'm going to say is, similar to that meme you sent, basically all you've got to do is get all the guys in a huddle. They're in silence. All he does is best fart, inspires them, and they go on and do a fucking incredible run.
Yeah.
That's it for
you never
me.
know.
Let's have it. And I'll speak to you later, you chronic masturbators.